transcripts. I'll read them word for word.
You're
Promise.
actually supposed to. You're in charge of reading the notes, the patch
Oh,
notes.
ha ha ha! Yeah, right.
All right. Okay. All right. Talk show has officially begun. All right, Matt. I'm gonna ask you to just kind of like copy and paste the little right dauntless in the chat,
I've already got it.
just so people know. Yeah. Well, like I was saying, if you want to be eligible for the code giveaways, the beta code giveaways, just type in the chat. Type dauntless. Doesn't matter if it's caps or lower cases. Just dauntless. Make sure you spell it right, because that's how you're gonna get into the beta code giveaway. Anyway, let's get into it. So this has been a little bit late as of this week. We were expecting something on Tuesday, but we didn't really get anything. So everybody was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And then all of a sudden they handed us the Skarn update. You got to put a space after Dauntless.
I had a line breaks, but the line breaks didn't go through, so I'm gonna.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so they released the Skarn Behemoth. Well, not released. They revealed the Skarn Behemoth, and we were all like, oh, "Okay, that's cool." I thought there was gonna be a little bit more, but that's cool, I guess. And then they released the Cell system, I think, on Wednesday, and then today they actually released the two new Behemoths, or they revealed the two new Behemoths that we're gonna be seeing. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it, and let's go. I'm going to skip over the lore stuff because we're just going to get right into it. Creating your character is just the beginning of your legend in Shattered Isles. Discovering your favorite weapons, forging armor, building bonds with other slayers, dyeing your gear, and even finding the perfect emote to round it out. It's all part of forging your legend. We're always looking for new tools. What's that?
Are we going? I thought we were going in the order they were released, or we're doing cells first.
Yeah, we're gonna do cells first, and then because
Okay.
the two behemoths, I'm not gonna go into the actual behemoth pages. I'm just gonna go into that update sheet with the behemoths.
All right, cool. Just wanted to. I want to be on the same web page.
Yeah, no worries. We're always looking for new tools you can use to be the Slayer that you're proud of. The cell system gives you the power to go beyond changing your appearance and will change the way you play. There is still so much about Aether that we don't understand. Okay, blah blah blah. Ramsgate, Aethersmith. Yeah, that's just a little bit of lore. Okay, the cells game. Each weapon and piece of armor has a number of cells that you can socket, and some cells are exclusive to certain weapons and armor types. Augmenting your weapons, armor, and lanterns will allow you to become even more like the behemoths that you slay. Let's talk about it.
I mean, it's awesome, right? Like, it opens up so many builds.
So from the picture we can see here, it shows 3 cells or 3 sockets for cells, and it looks like
for the cells.
storm splitters. It looks like that's for the chain blades. Well, can we
Yeah,
talk
that's a
about
chain
those
blade.
chain blades? Holy shit, I didn't even notice
Yeah.
those.
Hello, Zelda symbol, hey?
Yeah, if you notice the name, it's Storm Splitters.
Yeah,
and
storm
the pattern
claws.
of the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Stormclaw weapons. They look sick. They look fantastic.
Yeah, those look really nice.
Job.
Okay, cool. They're simple. They got 2 out there. They're nice though. Okay, so we have the storms. Those are the weapons. So that was one thing I was wondering. I was wondering if the weapons were actually gonna have. I thought maybe they would have like 1 socket, but it looks like they have 3. So I'm wondering if each piece of gear has 3, or maybe a set of armor entirely has 3. I can't imagine each piece of an armor set having 3. I feel like that would be a lot. No?
So it looks like this particular weapon has 3 sockets. Based on the picture lower, the armor looks like maybe it has 2 sockets.
We're gonna get into that yet.
For the chest piece. And it may well be a thing where like the lower tier armor has 1 socket, right? Lower tier weapons have 1 socket.
Yeah.
And then as you get higher up, you get access to more sockets.
Assuming that Storm Splitter stays tier 2, I don't think that would be the case, because it has 3 sockets.
So they're talking about keeping the weapons and armor more relevant throughout the game, right? And I don't know how relevant they're going to keep it, but an idea that they might expand on, or they might use, is we know that Aether cells are now going to be used to build Aether cores are now going to be used to build cells, right? But what if they also build materials used to craft sockets onto gear?
Craft
You can
See,
have a maximum
Okay.
number of sockets that you can craft onto each piece of gear.
Yeah, expanding the crafting. Yeah.
see, I don't know about that. I feel like each weapon and piece of armor has a number of cells that you can socket. I feel like that's a set amount.
It may well.
The way they've like phrased that, it seems like it would it's a set amount.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Each weapon and piece of armor has a number of cells that you can socket. So I don't think that's gonna change, but I do think it could be something like what Chromatic said, where it would be it might be based off of tier and how many sockets you get on the
Yeah.
armor. That'd be
Right.
interesting. But
Or what if you get to Shroud and Shroud has 2 sockets just because it's so powerful?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the innate abilities. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if it says it anywhere here, but we don't know if like the actual armor sets are gonna have any kind of base aspects on them.
So yeah, I wanted to touch on that. The armor doesn't look like it, based on the one picture we have. But that would make sense, kind of, because if you have, 4 pieces of armor with 2 sockets each, I mean that opens up a lot for you.
yeah,
I hope personally that they still have something like they do with the aspects right now. So like, there's a certain ability that each armor has that makes it that armor, right? Because I thought that was kind of interesting.
yeah,
Actually, I can kind of halfway confirm that right now if you look at the picture of the weapon.
okay,
Okay, so look at the infused effects. You have 4
Okay.
effects, right? The first one is 10% lantern charge.
can't really
Right, yeah.
see it. That's super small. Okay, go
And
on.
I've got
them
it
written
zoomed
down.
in.
Okay.
Yeah, the second one is causing a stagger will heal you 4 times for 125.
Whoa, okay, I don't really know how much health I have, but yeah, that sounds pretty good.
The third one is the 10th hit in quick succession deals 150 bonus damage.
That's pretty sweet.
And the last one is on radiant weapons, plus 40% radiant power, minus 40 global power. Okay, but that's
Oh.
only so there's 4 effects there, but there's only 3 cells slotted, and the 3 cells are the dealing 10 quick hits, the radiant weapon plus 20 power, and radiant weapon plus 20 power. So
there's 2 effects socketed and 4 effects on the weapon.
Exactly. So 2 effects are innate to that piece of that weapon.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be the same for the armor.
Good to know. Yeah, I couldn't really see that. That's really hard to see for me. But yeah, okay. That seems pretty solid. So we're getting 2 base effects for each piece of gear. Well, for at least weapons. At least for weapons.
Yeah.
And at least for Stormclaw. Yeah. At least for this weapon. And then we'll be able to put on another 2.
Well,
Cool.
it could be 3, but in this particular case,
in this particular case.
It's
but I feel like yeah, well, I mean, it depends what the cells are, right? There could be cells that are like you might want to stack just 3 cells on one.
Right.
I don't know what it would be. Maybe it could be like a lifesteal cell, right? So that would be a good one to have. All right, I'm gonna just read the bottom here.
The 2 are called Furious Cell and Radiant Attunement Cell. So he has 2 of the Radiant and 1 of the Furious.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Cells empower you to go beyond cosmetic customization so you can personalize the way you slay. Want to focus on damage and go hard? Want to turn your weapon into elemental powerhouse? Want to shape the way that you support the other slayers? There are cells for that, and every blend in between. These customizations make subtle changes to the way you hunt and the way you interact with your hunting party. Alright, custom tailored. With the implementation of blunt and piercing damage types, weapons are now even more varied in their capabilities. Whether you're committing to one or changing it up to complement your team, specialization and variety are critical considerations for every slayer. Cells augment weapons to your specifications, ensuring that no 2 weapons need to be the same. So if you haven't seen the whole damage types and like that they've discussed in the previous reveals, you can check out the last talk show, which talks all about those damage types: the piercing, blunt damage, and slash damage. But yeah, so it seems like these will also be, the cells will also be affecting those damage types too, or be able to help those damage types. I'll read this
Very
next one real
interesting.
quick. Some cells offer straightforward enhancements, additional movement speed, a larger health pool, enhanced elemental resistance, faster stamina regeneration, and more are available. There are even more specialized cells to enhance the characteristics of specific weapons. Socket an impact hammer, reload cell, and you'll recoup ammo when you're using blast dodges. That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's nice.
That's super awesome. It'll imagine like you're gonna get specific ones for everything, so it might make like I'm really worried about the war pike being the one weapon, like war pike and hammer being the two meta weapons in the new patches.
Yeah.
Because war pike can do piercing and slash, and hammer can do blunt. So why would you need to take anything else?
Yeah.
But this actually gives you more options and might make it more appealing to do other things.
Mhm.
Right.
And it might make sword really, really cool.
There's
despite
other
its
interesting
lack
things
of,
too, like a number of hits to apply bonus damage. Well, that resonates really well with specific combos, like with the chain blade, especially. You know,
Oh
Right,
yeah.
has
it
a
might
5-hit
make the
combo.
twirly bird. Yeah, it might make the twirly bird way
Like
better to
exactly,
use.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
if
like
each one of those
multiple
counts as a hit.
exactly.
Yeah.
That would be like beast damage. It might be worth
So
the
that would be
stamina.
yeah,
cool.
so it can change the way entire weapons function.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of a sudden
Depending on
it's
what-
worthwhile to do that attack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rather than just
Cool.
plummeting your stamina, just being screwed and,
And
doing
the same with the
mediocre
sword
damage.
the sword swipe left and right. Useless now, but if you get a nice little bonus on the 10th hit, that's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah. 10
Yeah,
hits
or
for the
what-
sword will be a lot harder, I find, but
Yeah, of course.
But we don't know what they're gonna do. What if they say like every time you use that combo, those slashes apply elemental effects now? Like that would make that combo ridiculous. You know?
yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you could kind of do that now when you do your special and then do that move while you're enhanced.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
if you have your special active, it'll just keep messing it up, right? Or
But that's
keep
way more limited
yeah,
time. you know?
yeah, it
Right.
is.
So I don't know. It'll open it up, depending on what they add. It'll open up a lot of different ways to play a weapon.
So
Yeah.
so if you look at the picture here, there's you can see some of the cells, and one is an evasion and vulnerability cell, and it increases greatly lengthens the I can't fucking talk invincibility window of your evades, which I don't know if you'd be able to
I
double
love
stack
that.
those, but that would be huge.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. And
What?
what was the
Hold on. If you can double stack, then you're wearing more than one piece of armor. What if you can?
Just evasion, 10 evasion cells, and just
so the
like,
moment
never get hit.
the moment you get hit, or like the moment you click your B, it's just like you're invincible all the way up to
Just-
like when you pull out your weapon again.
just teleport you to another realm.
yeah. That'd be cool if they had like an invisibility or like some kind of like effect to that, right?
That's
Yeah.
actually, now that I think about it, that's what I do like about this is that even the initial release, it's going to be cool, but this allows them over time to release more cells that can be interesting, kind of like how Warframe does with its mods.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a really, as much as I really like the aspects and I was kind of worried about the change, this may well be better and very, very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not sure they're getting rid of aspects though. Like
I don't think so.
I don't
Maybe-
think they're gonna get rid of them.
They might change them from what we know them as right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
But,
remember, we get the innate abilities on the weapon, so there's probably
Yes.
going to be innate abilities on the armor as well.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be cool. I just don't see it listed, say, on the Pangar armor here. But of course, it never has been, so who knows?
That's true. They did show it in the other ones though, right?
Yeah, they had the little.
They did show it
Well-
like so maybe the armor is just like your little creative pool, whatever you want to
Well,
do.
the thing
Well,
is,
They're in a different screen here than they were.
right,
Like they're
and it's
looking-
the Pangar's not equipped; it's the borrowed, so there wouldn't be any aspects ticked on below the armor icons and on the right there.
Yeah.
So they may still have the aspects, and that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, this
I
is
wanted to bring
borrowed
up-
armor. Yeah, I just took that in.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
the
that's what's
Pangar
included.
scale plate. I didn't really. Oh yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
really say. Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
So another cool thing that I read is some cells are exclusive to certain weapons and armor. So you're gonna have,
That makes
full of
sense.
cells, but some things are like, that can only be equipped on Embermane armor or Embermane weapon or whatever.
I
So
don't.
That was
if we go
interesting.
back to the sharpen your skills blog or the sharpen your skills release, they were talking about the fact that like you're hunting all the behemoths,
Don't
right, to
say
make
my
base
name, my
level armor
fiance
and
is
stuff,
listening.
and then you're probably making base level cells from that too.
Thanks, Graham,
Yeah.
for the $7, my man.
Oh, we got a donut.
And then, and then, so you're making these base level cells, but then once you start hunting specific behemoths, you're trying to specifically go for certain cells more than likely.
Yeah.
And as well as their armor. But yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not sure if it's going to be specific to just certain sets or just certain weapons. I feel like it's just like armor sets. Like there's cells for armor sets, and then there's cells for weapons.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the
Like the chain blade slot. Or,
yeah, like because I feel like if you have
slot.
if you have cells that are just focused around Embermane weapon, and like let's say those cells are actually like really good cells, then you're only going to be seeing people using Embermane weapons, right? And I think that's
Right.
what they're trying to avoid mostly here. So I feel like it's definitely just going to be like a group of cells for weapons and a group of cells for armor sets. I feel like the armor set cells are going to be more obviously they're going to be more like survivability based. They might have some offensive cells, but I feel like for the most part it's going to be improving your like quality of life to the fight, I guess. Whereas the weapon cells are going to be modifying your damage output or your breakability, like your interrupt, or what are they calling it now? That's not your staggers, stuff like that. So yeah. It's gonna I feel like that's the way they're gonna kind of separate the two so that they can, so you're not having people with like 7 stacks of like I don't know, one
Embermane
thing, right?
aspects.
Yeah, of like some like retarded aspect, because it's on, you can get those aspects both on weapons and armor, right?
Yeah, so they're definitely going to separate the two.
Yeah.
Can we take a moment to realize how much work it went into this? Because if we're going to have individual cells for every weapon type from every behemoth, like every behemoth has a specific cell that you can farm that's, specific to them.
Yeah.
Right? And they can do it for for every weapon.
I feel like it might be like craftables. I feel like we might be able to craft cells.
Yeah, no, you craft them. I think you craft them from what you get from the Aether cores, because remember they're changing how the Aether cores.
Yeah. Which means that there's going to be so much more to each, like, to progression. Like, progression's going to take a lot longer for sure in this patch. I think, unless you just like you've played this game for a while and you just want to get to like the end and then work on all your cells and armor stuff like that. If you're like, this is your first playthrough, you're going to be taking a lot more time through the whole fighting the new behemoth and then being like, oh shit, okay, here's your a bunch of cells. You get a bunch of cells, you kind of invest your time into that armor, and because you've done that, you want to use it more, and it's just going to make that progression a little bit slower for those who are just starting out.
Yeah. I mean, we'll still be able to like pick up the weapons we need and just rush through without putting too many cells in, right? Because we know the fights really well.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna go back and farm.
Oh yeah.
Cells,
Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing that we're at now, where it's just, except minus they're having a reset again. Please don't give us another reset, because I'll be heartbroken.
That would be annoying, another reset, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like another reset.
They'll only do another reset if they significantly change progression again. So if they do it, we're basically getting a brand new game again. So we can't be too mad about it.
I would still.
They'll try to avoid it.
No, I can't.
Like if I have to do like, they're only adding 2 more behemoths in this next progression, and I'm okay with this reset. I don't mind this reset at all. I think it's great. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But another reset is it's gonna be something else.
That's fair.
But anyway, let's move on.
Oh wait, can I bring up? I want to do 2 points.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, real quick, I just want to read off these other cells real quick because they're interesting.
Okay.
And we don't have to spend time talking about them. Let's just read them off. So they have one invigorating stagger. After you stagger a behemoth, you get 40 stamina. So
That's
that's
pretty
cool.
dope.
That keeps the attack going, right? So you get a stagger and then boom, more stamina, boom, throw another,
Be sweet for
level
axe.
3 charge or whatever. The next one is Shielded Medic Cell. Gain a 600 health shield after reviving a player. That's a cool mechanic.
That'd be so
Something very
nice for
useful,
Reza when he puts down his carpet, and you have to
right?
revive someone right before that.
Exactly. And then Aetheric Attunement Cell increases Lantern charge rate by 10%. So they have a nice assortment. All right, so I wanted to touch on that. But then one more thing, if you look at the top left of this screen, we have 2 new
Currencies.
resources of some kind.
Yeah.
I already know what those are. Actually,
What are they? What are they? Spoilers.
The top one is platinum, right?
Oh, okay,
You buy
makes
for
sense.
money. The bottom one is notes. Remember, they've talked about notes before, like
Oh,
wanting to add the
What are
currency,
notes?
right?
Is that like that's the currency that we'll be getting?
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't have
Like
to
dollar
farm.
bills, I guess.
We don't have to farm fucking. What's it called? Rams or not Rams grass. Turtle grass to make potions or make.
well, hey, whoa, don't get ahead of yourself.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be used for.
I
that
hope
farming
not.
stuff is still gonna be there.
Because
Like they're
that's
still gonna make us
horseshit.
farm. That's like
Yeah,
it's a
I
big
don't
part of
mind
it.
farming, but I don't want to have to go to like tier 1 levels to get resources that I need for tier 3. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you don't have to do that currently. All tier 3
Yeah, I
resources.
know, but you can like
Well, with revive tokens, you actually do.
Yeah, with revive, you
Revive
do need that
talismans,
turtle grass.
They only go up to like tier 2, right? Because you can make revive talismans out of the normal health potions, and then there's I think
no, it's all it's
the,
only I think it's only health potions, and then the
Base.
tier 3 aspect, like the tier 3 rare gem piece is what you need to get to the like to make the. So you still need the health potions, you just need whatever tier you're on's gem drop.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how notes are gonna work yet. Maybe
Yeah.
it's gonna cost to craft things now, too.
Yeah. I wonder
Yeah,
how
maybe
much
it's something really annoying, like you need notes to craft things.
Yeah, like I'm not looking forward to another currency we have to manage, but
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I
maybe
mean, it's
they're
not
separate.
too bad because like think
they're
like
probably
they're probably
replacing trace though, right?
yeah. I was just gonna say that they're probably getting rid of traces because traces were kind of like, eh.
They're probably getting rid of traces and the other drops that aren't cell related too.
Yeah.
To
Oh
the
yeah,
ending
like
course.
Shroud Avarice and all that and grid stuff.
Yeah. So you get most of your like parts from breaking behemoths.
Yeah.
And then you use notes to craft things instead of the other stuff. That's okay. That's okay. That would be fine. That would actually be simpler. But then we don't get to go look at how many traces we have, like to see how many times we've killed this mob.
Yeah. So you could
So
compare how many
so we need a
thousands of
counter.
traces we have.
Yes, that's another big thing we need. We need the stat page, like how many times have you killed each behemoth?
And we
Yeah.
need
How many
bring
times
back
have you
the
died?
timer. Bring back the
Yeah.
end game screen timer.
We need a timer, exactly.
Yeah, we need our timer, bros.
Yeah, timer is fucking key, man. All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
read this little paragraph under the picture here. If you're a Slayer who takes pride in their performance, cells also provide an opportunity to capitalize on mastery. Some cells might give you a quick bonus for executing perfect dodges, while others might reward you for long combos or other Slayer feats of strength. You can also tweak your gear to support playing in a specific playstyle. Double down on your stagger build, stack bonuses to your movement speed following a dodge, or even build a set of armor that gives you a shield every time you revive a fallen Slayer. See, I really like being able to build to make a build for staggering,
Yeah.
because like that's
Very cool.
150% what I will probably be doing, because there's nothing more satisfying in this game when you hit the behemoth and he actually gets like mucked, like he gets fucking hit and he's like, holy shit, like let's go. That's what I love about this game. That's pretty much the reason why I play Axe like almost exclusively. Alright, Arkan's Promise. We know that Slayers are excited to start augmenting their gear with cells. Expect to discover these powerful pieces of Arcanite when you break open Aether cores. So like Matt said, these are going to be craftable with our new Aether cores. We're changing the role that cores play and how you'll open them, as laid out in Sharpen Your Skills progression blog. To be sure to read up. You'll gain access to more powerful and versatile cells as you progress through Dauntless. This means that you'll be unlocking both more powerful gear and better ways to customize it as well. Cells allow Slayers to breathe new life into old favorites, and that means your variety and more rewards for taking down behemoths. I love how they say cells allow Slayers to breathe new life into old favorites. Hint, hint, sword.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Like,
I was
honestly,
thinking like older armor, but yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, it's fucking
About time
sword,
something
man.
happened.
It's like, okay, we're not gonna buff the sword, but we're gonna give you a couple cells that'll probably make it pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see, because they better be some pretty damn good cells, because obviously those cells are gonna be. Actually, unless they make cells for specific, yeah, they are making cells for specific weapons. So maybe the sword cells might be like pretty sweet.
So
Yeah.
this highlights the fact that you know how we've had radio silence on sword, right?
Yeah.
So they've probably had this in the works for a long time
Yeah.
because they know they can't bump sword's damage when they know they have these OP cells coming for it.
Yeah.
That could be true.
Maybe
Yeah.
that makes sense. That does make sense.
Just give me like 20% more attack speed and I don't know 150% more damage.
Yeah.
We'll call it fair, Phoenix Labs.
150%. Get out of here. Well, you are only going to be good at slashing tails off, right? So
Right.
I guess okay.
All right, this is only the beginning of cells. We will continue to evolve and add this to the system and into open beta and beyond. We're excited to see the builds and strategies that you will develop using these powerful augmentations. All of us at Phoenix Labs, thank you so much. Yada yada yada. All right. I think.
Oh.
Do you guys have any comments for this part before we head on to the behemoths?
Definitely. So, like I said, I love this idea. It brings the whole Warframe mod style into it, and with its own twist, of course.
Yeah.
Which is a really fun part. You know, being able to create those different builds with different mods is
like
really cool.
Min-maxing in Dauntless.
I just really hope that when you equip a cell into a slot, that you can take it out without, like, I hope it's not permanent. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Hopefully
I wouldn't
you have
imagine
the ability
so.
to hop swap. So that, like they said, you can create a bunch of different builds without this huge time sink.
But it would be that, like, I hope it doesn't do that. Would it be interesting if you could have, like, let's say you can like make like 3 sets of shroud armor because you like the original aspects that are on it, or if they have any original aspects, but you can make like 3 sets and each set's for different, like, so you have like a stagger set and you have like a damage set and stuff like that. So I feel like that could be interesting.
I feel like that would be a good consolation prize, but being able to freely switch your mods around, I think, would be more rewarding.
Fair enough. But then at the same time, they'd have to probably implement like what do they call it?
Build
Like,
slots, loadouts.
Yeah, loadouts. Exactly. So you're not going to be like, oh, okay, we're breaking. Oh, let me just go into all my gear and switch all my fucking cells to breaking, right?
I love doing that too. I don't use any loadouts in Warframe. I'm always switching them
Oh,
around.
really? I used to do that a lot, and then I like started using loadouts, and now I like love using loadouts, man.
True.
It's wicked.
Loadouts are great.
Yeah, but okay, are you guys ready? Any more things to add? Oh, should we do a little question discourse before we go on to behemoths? All right, if you guys have any questions about what we think about this new system that we haven't already covered, go ahead. Give you like a few minutes. Yeah, questions, comments, whatever you're feeling. You just want to say hey, I'll say hey. Hello to all the new faces that are showing up in the channel. Welcome. Yeah, if you have any comments or whatever.
Talk about how big of a scumbag Grey Worm is.
Yeah, we can talk about that. That's a hot topic on this channel. I must admit.
Favorite scumbag in the chat, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Ropefish.
Welcome to the channel.
Yeah. Oh, neat. Welcome in.
Yeah, he's a pretty big regular in the Dauntless chat.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you for stopping by.
All right. Well, it seems like everybody's fairly content with what we've gone over so far. So I'm just gonna
Yep.
head on to Behemoths.
Let's do it. Check these guys out.
Dauntless.
I love that first
Sharpen
screenshot.
your skills. Do Behemoths. All right. So,
Oh, hold up. We got a question.
oh yeah. On the second picture, you think that from adding cells or unique? Oh, what was that? On the second picture, this guy. You think that from adding cells or unique for the armor?
Maybe he's talking about the second picture on the armor. Are you talking about the behemoth picture or the armor picture?
No, he's talking about armor picture for sure.
Oh, okay.
On the second picture, you think that from adding cells or unique for the armor? I'm sorry.
So there's gonna
Those
be.
are from the cells. It says cell right now. Like it says cells right above the effects that are given.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I'm understanding. Sorry, I was not reading that right at all. Yeah, so those are definitely cells. Yeah, because you can see like a little cell. It says cells, and then it lists the 2 cells that are slotted into that piece of armor. So we don't really know if there's any unique armor ones yet.
Yeah, they've only talked about unique weapon ones, not armor ones.
Yeah, they've only, like, if you can see up here, it shows, well, it doesn't really say unique weapon ones, but you can kind of get that from it by, like, you can see that there's only 3 cells in the weapon, but there's 4 modifiers. And the 3 cells, 2 of them are the same, right? So yeah, that's right. 2 beta code giveaways today at the end of the talk show. All right. So, Behemoths. Shall we?
We shall.
All right. All right. So, a Slayer's legend is forged with the power of the behemoth they slay. There's no denying the pull of the hunt and the thrill of risking your life for glory. We've watched the way that Slayers have teamed up and stood alone against the behemoths of the Dauntless Closed Beta. 2 new behemoths are now stalking the frontier, ready to take on even the most seasoned players. All right, so let's talk about Karabac. So, if you've watched my streams a little bit this past like week or two since they've kind of announced that the 2 new names for the behemoths, I actually called Karabac being bug type, so I'm super proud of that. Because
hey, I'm proud of you too, buddy.
it just made sense. Just a Karabac, I'm like, that is definitely going to be a bug, and I can't remember.
It sounds like it.
We were talking about like Kite and Fragment, I remember, and it was like, yeah, we were like Kite and Fragment. They're like, does that mean there's just going to be like more, like, are we going to see more Kite and like behemoths, right? And then I was like, yeah, you know what? Karbac's probably going to be one. Anyway, what do you guys think of this behemoth?
Freaking love him.
Right?
I want to fight him right now.
Yeah, agreed. he's 100% end game, like guaranteed.
He's a bee or a wasp, right?
Well, I don't know if he's 100% end game.
No, I don't think he is.
Because basically he's after Pangar, so who knows? Before or after Shroud Reza, we don't know, but we do know it's after Pangar.
Oh, okay.
But we don't know where Pangar is in the new. You know, we don't quite know that.
Yeah, we don't really know where Pangar is either, right?
But it's like even dropped to Pangar, right? So it's like he's probably close
after
to the tier that Pangar's on.
I'd say he's probably
it's not saying you farmed Pangar, it's saying like you've dropped 1 Pangar.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably like a Winterhorn, Thunderdeep, Firebrand level of gear.
Yeah. Wherever they put that.
Yeah, wherever they put those, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be right where they start getting tough based on, okay, you've got some slick gear, you can dodge roll with the best of them, you're well on your way to becoming a legend. Yeah. That's where Karabac
got those great cells now. You know?
Yeah.
So he's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, he looks awesome, man. I'm super, I like his claws, like he's got little pincers. He doesn't look like he's gonna be on the ground much at all. Not like Rezakiri, because like Rezakiri's
Yeah.
got that really long tail that's always kind of dragging on the ground. This guy looked like he's in the air like all the time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
there's
like
some
the
good
only
stuff.
the only thing we're gonna be able to hit is literally the bottom of the bottom of his tail.
So
Yeah,
I say you read the
maybe.
paragraphs because it talks a lot
Okay.
about him and what he does, and then
All
we'll
right.
expand.
By
Yeah.
the time you've bested your share of Embermanes, bagged a few Scraves, and even dropped a Pangar, you're starting to get comfortable. Got some slick gear, and can dodge roll with the best of them. Or swole roll with the best of them.
Damn
Well,
straight.
on your way to becoming a legend of Ramsgate, nothing can stand in your way. And that's when the Karbach reminds you that there's always something deadlier and faster just over the horizon. Maybe more than any other behemoth, Karabaks are ready to turn the tables on Slayers. Their high mobility and predatory nature makes them assassin of the behemoth kingdom. You'll need to watch every angle and anticipate the unexpected. This deadly beast is ready to pounce on any mistake and turn the tables with ruthless efficiency.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Slayers new to this hunt may find themselves being pressured into a tight group by relentless slicing attacks. Don't fall for it. This behemoth features. Don't fall for it. Just take the hits, guys. Don't fall for the slicing attacks. Just take them. Behemoth features 2 separate attacks that wreak havoc on bunched up Slayers. So remember, it's more than just your own skin that's on the line. Slayers looking to dominate this fight will keep the pressure on. Karabaks continue to pick up speed as they fight, and you'll need to figure out how to slow it down. An emergency extraction is sure to follow if this behemoth gets slicing and dicing at top speeds. The name of the game with Karabaks is focus. Even if you're staying on top of the beast's speed and working together to dodge ricochets, you'll have a new challenge on your hands. Once this behemoth enrages, we won't spoil the surprise, but be sure to keep your audio up. Don't trust your eyes. Oh shit.
That's
Okay,
cool.
hold on. Working together to dodge ricochets. Before we get to the really cool part, working together to dodge ricochets. So like, he's gonna hit you with one thing, and it's gonna bounce to your cohorts, your friendly slayers.
Yeah, it might.
Interesting. Yeah.
Right? That's the
So-
only reason you would
so-
call it ricochet.
So there's gonna be another reason to rage at your teammates.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
great.
why the fuck did you dodge that? Man, that was the easiest dodge.
Damn it, Barry.
How great! He's like, I didn't dodge it on purpose, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like
Barry's gonna be trolling us.
Yeah, I feel like this guy, like when it says his speed picks up, right? I
Yeah.
feel like this is where like those stagger builds are going to be like crucial because like
Yeah.
I feel like in order to break his speed, you're going to have to like stagger him, break him down, right? Slow him down, right? So or probably chain blades, honestly, because he's probably going to throw something out that you're going to be able to repel back to him, and that'll also slow him down. But it says, where does it say? Karabaks
You have
continues
to
to be the
figure out how
fight.
to slow it down. Maybe it'll be something interesting too. Like maybe, hey, all 4 of you guys got to basically split up, create a north, south, east, and west, so that you're all so far apart that he's like gets confused.
Ropefish is saying he might have invisibility.
I think it's gonna be, well, we're not there yet, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be like
Well-
speed after images.
Well, it says, we won't spoil the surprise, but be sure to keep your audio up and don't trust your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
Maybe he'll have mimics.
Oh, that would be so cool, man. Imagine you
Well-
like spawn like mimics and like none of them make any sound except for the real one.
Yeah.
I don't think mimics make sense though, right? Because he
I
doesn't.
guess they don't.
Why would he replicate?
Yeah.
But after images from him moving so fast that we're basically mimics, but the mechanic is like he's moving so fast that you
Maybe.
see after images of him,
Yeah.
and you have to pay attention to the sound to know either who
Where
to
he
hit
actually
or when to
is.
dodge.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really cool. I really like that.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's like it's like knowing when to trip Shroud based on his
Exactly.
sound cue.
Yeah.
And that's a great mechanic of that fight.
Yeah.
And so this is, oh man, I am so excited for this guy. Like, no joke. I want to lose to him like 50 times. Let's do it.
Make it 100.
Yeah,
Before we
I don't
continue
care.
on, I want to give, so we won't spoil the surprise. Be sure to keep your audio up. I want to give big ups to their audio guy. He's so very good at what he does, and I cannot wait to see what he did with this behemoth. If it's important enough that they put it in the reveal, you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
One love, dude. You're really good at what you do.
Yeah, I'm excited. This fight's gonna be awesome. Okay, there's one thing that I remember in here. Any mistake turned to what was it? Slayers in his hunt. Don't fall for it at the beginning of the future. Okay, there's one part that I'm trying to. An emergency extraction is sure to follow if this behemoth gets slicing and dicing at top speeds.
I think that just means he's gonna wreck your whole team, and then
Do you
guys
think
will
so?
be shipping out.
Do you think so, or do you think if he gets fast enough that our time is going to be like increased?
Nah, because they say slicing and dicing, which implies you're gonna die.
Yeah.
But so okay, so Stormclaw has this mechanic already, right? Remember his dash dodge? His like immediate lightning dash dodge. So the longer you let this guy sit, the longer he is going to build up that kind of speed where he's probably just going to be zipping around everywhere really fast and be
Right.
really hard to hit.
Yeah. And so basically, if he gets to doing that, you guys are fucked, and in the future you will be losing, and you will be emergency extracting.
I can't wait. Oh man, imagine the challenge runs you can do on this guy too. Like after you get him down, it's like, okay, this is the challenge run of like let him gain a certain amount of speed and then try to kill him.
Sorry about that. I heard just briefly what you guys were saying.
Oh wow.
We were
Yeah, I
just
know.
talking about the emergency extraction and him picking up speed, and basically due to that, it'll just get to the point where there
It's
is no
nearly
chance.
impossible.
You will not be able to avoid him, and you will be losing.
Leave it to the Dauntless community to prove the impossible very much possible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be
Because I
fantastic.
bet you they did not see a 2-minute 20-second Rezakuri kill coming, but it happened.
No, dude, they freaked out when I showed them that.
Yeah, they freaked out. That's for sure. I'd freak out too. I'd be like, what the fuck? That was supposed to be impossible.
You know what's great though is like Crash even makes allowances for that on Reddit posts and stuff, where he's like, you know, the people who are geared for this and they've practiced it and they worked on it, we're not gonna punish them for their achievements, you know,
Yeah.
for like
Right.
breaking the game with their achievements because they repeatedly tried to do this over and over again.